Ever made a snowflake? You make these by folding paper and then cutting parts out of them. Here's another example. They're pretty, aren't they? I thought this would be a nice activity seeing as it's winter and it is snowing in Victoria somewhere. I think they said it snowed today in the Snowy Mountains. So what you need today for your art activity is some white paper, some scissors, a pencil, watercolours, a brush and some water. Or food dye. And we're going to colour these snowflakes and put them together to make a snowflake collage. A collage is when you add paper or other materials on top of another piece of paper. So this is only a paper collage. We're only using paper on top of paper. So let's get to it. For this project, you'll need some plain paper, some plain white paper. The thin paper that I added to the back of your art booklet will be perfect for this because the thin paper will make it easy to cut because we're going to fold it multiple times. You'll need scissors and a pencil. So to create a snowflake, you need to fold it a few times. And there's a bit of a trick. So folding one side and now fold it the other way, not like this, okay? So we're going to fold it the other way. Crease it. And then so hold on to this corner because see these flappy bits? Keep them up. Hold on to this corner and bring this one over so that these two make a straight line. Not over like that. Not like that, but touching the line. Use your finger to push that fold and then fold that. And then you're ready to cut this part off. And you're ready to create your design. So what you're going to do is cut out shapes. So draw some shapes. Don't make them too difficult. And now I'm going to cut them, but I need to hold onto my paper and I'm going to use the very, very end of my scissors or the beginning, this part here. We're not going to cut like this. We're going to cut like this. So we're going to put it right on the end and cut. That's the strongest part of the scissors. Don't worry if you didn't cut exactly on the lines because that can be the back. Now you're going to open it up. And this looks exciting. It's always a mystery what it's going to be. So the way I folded it makes a square shape. So I'm going to show you how to fold it so that it makes a circle shape. more time. Just cut that bit off. So these should all be the same. So this is quite tricky to cut parts out. So you can do some big shapes on this. You can even cut that whole tip off. That'll be in the middle. So I'm just going to do some curvy shapes on this because it's quite thick. And there we have a circular shaped one. To make a smaller one, let's make this into a square first. So I've got a rectangular piece of paper. If you fold this corner up to there, but this has to be a straight line. This has to be a straight line here. If you cut that bit off, you'll end up with a square. Now I'm going to make some little ones, so I'm going to cut them into squares. So first of all, I'm folding them, and I'm going to cut them into squares. Again, we fold. Fold. We can make this a circle just by going like this. By curving this edge. Or it won't make a circle. I'm just going to cut out some parts out of it. Cut some from the other side as well to make it look interesting. Here comes my cat Schmidty. Want to see him? So now I'm ready to paint my snowflakes. So you need to get yourself organised with your watercolours or your food dye. So I've got some watercolours here, but if you don't have watercolours but you have food dye, like the food dye you buy at the supermarket, you'll have to make up the food dye because it comes in little containers that are really very strong. The colour is very strong. So I'm going to make some up just to show you. So get yourself just something small to put some food dye in and some water. I've just got some old lids from like jars because you don't need much at all. So I'm just going to mix up, put a couple of drops of green, a couple of drops of my yellow, of my red, and my blue. So then you add just a little bit of water into each of the containers, not much at all, because you'll find that it goes a long way. So you get your brush and you can test them out. So get yourself some scrap paper, test out the colour. So that's the blue. If I wanted it to be stronger than that, I could put more food dye, but that's pretty good. Wash out your brush, test out your green. That's nice too. Wash out your brush, test out your red. So if you wanted to put a little bit more red in there to make it stronger, just put another little drop of food dye. And now I'm going to test out my yellow. And there's my yellow, which probably can be a little bit stronger. So whatever you have, food dye, or watercolors. Now we're going to color our snowflakes. If you're using if you're using watercolors, remember you need to wet your brush and wake up the color by swirling with your brush and then applying the color to your creation. Remember to keep dipping your brush in the water, or else your brush gets too dry. Once your snowflakes are dry, you now need to mount them onto a background paper. So we're going to make a collage out of these snowflakes. Now, if you have coloured paper at home, you could choose a nice coloured background, or if you don't have coloured paper at home, you can colour a white piece of paper using your food dye, just whatever colour that you want to use for your background. So I'm just going to show you what they look like on different colours. So when you're arranging your work, this is called creating a composition, when you're working out what looks the best, what pleases you, what makes you feel good when you look at it. So arrange your work so that they look good. So that's what they'll look like on the black piece of paper. Let me have a look at what they look like on the yellow. So this will be a different look again. And when you're happy with your composition, how you've laid out your snowflakes, you can glue them down with a glue stick by turning them over and applying some glue onto the back. Be careful because they're fragile, and then working out which ones are going to be behind the others. So let's start gluing. And there we have it. a gorgeous snowflake collage. I can't wait to see what you can come up with your beautiful cutting, folding, cutting, painting, and then arranging into a composition. Have fun and post your artwork on Seesaw. Bye!